Elliot Van Dusen, the Corporate Director of Paranormal Phenomena Research and Investigation, PPRI, is proud to announce that our inaugural Halifax Paranormal Symposium was a spectacular success. Thank you to all of our sponsors, vendors, and attendees. As a result of your support, we are pleased to announce the second annual Halifax Paranormal Symposium. Join us in October 2024 for an all-day event. Enjoy amazing presentations about parapsychology and the paranormal, browse our wonderful vendor tables, and enjoy the company of the spooky community. The Halifax Paranormal Symposium will be held on Saturday, October 12, 2024 at the Halifax Tower Hotel and Conference Centre from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. For information on speakers, vendors, purchasing tickets online, hotel accommodation reservations and more, visit www.ppri.net.
All Hit Radio.
Welcome to the X Zone, a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. Now, here's your host, Rob McConnell.
Tim Finnegan lived in Walking Street, a gentleman Irishman, mighty odd. He seen a brogue so soft and sweet, and the rise in the world he carried the hod. Tim had a sort of a tippling way, but the love of the liquor now he was born. Help him on with his work each day, and his drum of the creature every morn. Work for the man of dancing, a partner with the floor, your trotters shake. Wasn't it the truth they told you? Lots of fun that Finnegan's way. One morning Tim felt rather full, his head felt...
And welcome back to Hour 2 of tonight's show. I'm Rob McConnell. This is the X Zone, and it's a place where people dare to believe and dare to be heard. It's a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. And the X Zone comes to you Monday through Friday from 10 p.m. Eastern until midnight, right here on the X Zone Broadcast Network from our studios in St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada. In fact, we're just down the street from our AM affiliate here in Ontario, and that is Classic 1220 CFAJ AM, and they stream us around the world on classic1220.ca. We also are on the Talkstar Radio Network and the Mutual Broadcast Network. If you'd like to send me an email, xzone@xzoneradiotv.com, on all social media sites, Xzone Radio TV. Just before we get to our final guest tonight, I'd like to wish Elliot Van Dusen and the members of PPRI great success tomorrow as they have their 2024 Halifax Paranormal Symposium. And I'm sorry, it is on Sunday the 12th. No, that's Saturday the 12th, Craig. My producer is arguing with me about what date. It's the 12th of October from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a great event, and tickets are nearly all gone. So if you'd like to contact the PPRI and secure your tickets, go to www.ppri.net. Exonation, my guest of this hour is CHARLEY Johnson. We're going to be talking about awakening consciousness, enlightenment, and the truth. And CHARLEY is joining us from Salt Lake City, Utah. So CHARLEY, welcome to the X Zone.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, CHARLEY.
Born and raised Salt Lake City. Normal, simple childhood. Good parents. Good childhood. Got into business very young. Had some success there, and then at the age of around 30, everything in my world shifted.
Oh, no.
Everything just shifted with wanting more. I had spent the last decade flying 2 million miles around the world, and then all of a sudden I discovered a fear of flying. And that was the universe's way of trying to get me to change my path.
When the universe wants you to do something, you have no alternative. I'll tell you, CHARLEY, there were many times when I wanted to. I've been doing this show now for 36 years. And there's been many times over those 36 years when, for one reason or another, I've just said, you know what, I need a break. And do you think the universe would let me take that break?
Nope.
So
Nope.
I learned later on, luckily, that you go with the flow. Because if the universe wants you to do something, there's a darn good reason.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're not, as human beings, we're not really good with that flow a lot, are we?
No, we're not. I understand that you've seen people levitate, and you've been around hundreds of people and their experiences. You've heard some amazing stories that are true. So tell me about the levitation.
Just he's an individual that doesn't like to be known by the world, but
Okay.
after seeing that, that really opened my mind. And before that, I really wasn't closed off. I just didn't know a lot of this stuff existed. It's kind of like saying like the Himalayas exist. I've never been there, but I'm going to take millions of people's words for it.
Right.
And you start hearing about NDEs and paranormal activity and people seeing angels in different dimensions and people levitating and people having healing powers. And it's as real as it gets. It's just as real as it gets. I'm still amazed that we call it paranormal. That to me seems like it's becoming more normal.
I agree with you. Exonation Charlie is a teacher of nothing known as The Bridge. He can connect with individuals from all backgrounds. His professional journey includes role as a business owner with 250 employees, president of a nonprofit, Pay It Forward Foundation, and a student of enlightenment teacher. His consciousness and conversations break the division people create by choosing a side. And you know that's rather interesting. I've never heard it put that way, but we do choose the side, don't we?
That's how the human mind is works. We are continuously up, down, right, wrong, good, bad, Republican, Democrat, Catholic, atheist, but we've never, or very few people are wondering where both sides came from. And even the nicest of people are creating division.
I've always believed that we live in a binary existence: up, down, left, right, north, south. 0, 1, and so on. What am I missing?
Missing how?
Well, if there's more to life than just the right, left, good, bad, is there an in between, or is there something on either sides of that example?
There's something before that. Where did the up and down come from? Where did the one and zeros come from? Where did the Republican Democrat come from? Where did the right and wrong come from? Right? What is right for one is wrong for another. What is right for a Catholic is wrong for an atheist.
Yeah.
And it's incredible to me, the intelligence. You can have a guy with a 160 IQ and Harvard grad, and one's a Republican, another Harvard grad, 160 IQ, and he's a Republican. And it blows me away how they can both argue with each other, get angry at each other, and think the other side is wrong when they're arguing the same point.
So Charlie,
that to me just blows me away.
I'm sorry. So Charlie, what is before the right, the wrong, the in, the out? Where does it come from?
I mean, there's different names for it, right? The absolute, the source, whatever you want to call it, God. There's just that thing that we all come from. That it's kind of like when we think of all these things that you talk about on the show as paranormal or different or crazy or magical. I think the most magical thing is you and I exist right here. We came from a single cell inside a female's body.
Yeah.
Just because it's become normal because everyone can be here. It blows me away. It really does.
Where did all this interest in the truth come from? What was the catalyst?
It must have been a past life, because there was nothing in this life that I had an aha moment. There was nothing flashy. It just came when I left that business and I went into the Pay It Forward. I started asking a lot of questions, and a lot of people in the business world, the self-help world, kept pushing me towards spirituality because I was asking deeper questions. I was asking questions they couldn't answer. I was asking stuff they didn't know. And luckily, instead of bullshitting with me, they were nice enough to move me in this direction. And I had a great teacher that was very open-minded to a lot of stuff. He wasn't hell-bent on Buddhism or Hinduism or Catholic or atheist or Mormon or any of that. He was just open and he saw my curiosity and he fed it.
Charlie, what is the Pay It Forward Foundation that you were talking about?
Do you remember that movie back in the early 2000s?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries. Helen Hunt, Kevin Spacey, Haley Joel Osment. Anyways, it was a famous book by Catherine Ryan Hyde, turned into a great movie that a lot of people talk about. But pay it forward is doing something kind for someone and then having them do it for someone else.
Oh, I like that.
I love that. I mean, when we were doing the foundation, there was a lot of activity up in Canada. We had some board members up there, and we had a lot of stuff going up there because you guys are a bunch of kind people.
Ah, well, we try. We try. That's all I can say to that. I don't know what else to say. So how does it work? Is the foundation still in business right now?
Yeah. Catherine has another president and a few other board members that are still pushing it forward. It's still moving forward. There's a lot of when we did a very heavy, aggressive campaign for 5 years back in the early 2010s. Okay. So you can see online, there's a lot of news articles. There's a lot of news stations that still do pay it forward segments. A lot of clubs at schools, a lot of online presence, pay it forward day. You'll start to really hear that. The stories you hear about people paying for each other's coffee time and time and time again.
Yes.
That's the pay it forward stuff.
It's kind of a modern day version of the biblical saying, do unto others.
Sure.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Where did the idea come from?
I have no clue. I mean, Benjamin, people talk about it from Catherine and the book and the movie. Mm-hmm. People talk about it from, Buckeyes, Ohio State Buckeyes coaches. Benjamin Franklin talked about it. I'm sure it's thousands and thousands of years ago, doing a kind act for someone and having them do it for someone else. I don't know exactly where the original phrase came from.
Let me see here. Your website is www.clearyourlake.com. Mm-hmm. Okay, Clear Your Lake.
Our minds are continuously moving, continuously thinking. Right. When you're in a lake and you're floating on top of it, it's a crystal clear lake. Mm-hmm. You're good. Just letting things pass by. The water's floating by. Animals are coming. Trees are growing. Plants are growing. Fish are swimming.
Right.
As soon as you put your feet on the lake bed and you start stirring shit up, it gets really muddy. So we are continuously thinking, a muddy glass of water does not settle by stirring it up more.
No, of course
by thinking more, by trying to fix it. It settles by letting it just calm down, letting the dirt settle to the bottom. So there's a great teacher that I learned from within Clear Your Lake came from that.
Charlie, please stand by. You and I have to take our first break. And Exonation Charlie Johnson is our special guest, and he is in Utah. Salt Lake City, Utah, and his website is www.clearyourlake.com. This is the X Zone. I'm Rob McConnell, and Charlie and I will be back on the other side of this break as we continue. So whatever you do, don't go away.
Tim Finnegan lived in Walking Street, a gentleman Irishman, mighty odd. You see the brogue so soft and sweet, and the rise in the world he carried the hod. Tim had a sort of a tippling way, but the love of the liquor now he was born. Help him on with his work each day, the drum of the creature every morn. Work for the man of Pepsi, a partner with the floor, your trotters shake. Wasn't it the truth they told you? Lots of fun that Finnegan's way. One morning Tim felt rather full, his head felt heavy, which made him shake. Fell from a ladder and he burst his skull, so they carried him home as carts away.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. Charlie Johnson is my special guest all the way from Salt Lake City, Utah. His website is clearyourlake.com. Charlie, I would imagine with all the Wi-Fi, G5, Bluetooth, and all this other electronic wavelengths that we have going through our systems at any given time, as well as the amount of information that we're being fed by the internet, social media sites, and so on. This must be really stirring up the lake.
Yeah, that's an understatement. And the more we start to learn about 5G, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, all that stuff, it's impacting us more than we could ever imagine. So I'm trying to cut down on the headphones that I use on my head. I'm trying to cut down on the social media. And I mean, you go on YouTube and you start looking at stuff and it just becomes very confusing, very chaotic. There's just too much. We weren't built for this. We just were not built for this much information.
You know, I understand that adults have the ability to make a right and wrong choice. Most of us do, I should say. But when it comes to the amount of children that now have, access to the internet, I've seen children as young as 6 and 7 years of age taking an iPhone with them when they go to kindergarten, grade 1. I think it should be monitored. I don't think that the kids should have access to all this, because when you go to a gas station and it says shut off your cell phone before filling up your tank, and yet little kids are putting the phones up to the side of their heads, we must be doing something that is not very good for their health by doing all this.
Yeah, 6 and 7 years old. I mean, I know we've got 10-year-olds and 11-year-olds up here, but 6 and 7, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, I have nothing to add to that. I think it's terrible. I think it's terrible.
I don't know about you, and up in Salt Lake City, by the way, it's a beautiful part of the country. Just beautiful.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
My wife and I, we have 6 children, 15 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. And we're home alone now. They've kind of left the nest, and we've made sure that the nest got destroyed so they can't come back. You go out for supper, and my wife and I do something very strange called talking to each other. And you sit down and you look, and there you've got mom and dad, 3 kids, and they're not talking. They've all got their cell phones out. Yeah. This must be doing something detrimental for our society, let alone mucking up the lake.
Yeah, I mean, I read a book from, I think it was back in the 90s, called Bowling Alone, talking about how separated we were becoming, how alone we were becoming from the early 90s. So just imagine over the last 30 years, the ability to just back away from people, always have a friend next to you, always have a phone next to you, always having your face. I mean, you just go anywhere. You go to the grocery store, you go get your oil changed, you go to the gas station, everyone is buried in the phone. And I just sit there and watch, and I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan.
What is your opinion on artificial intelligence and the pro or con that it's going to be, the effect it's going to be having on society?
Oh, boy. I mean, if you listen to very intelligent people from the pro side, it sounds incredible. If you listen to very intelligent people from the con side, it sounds horrific. You start learning about the universe, consciousness, and the other things where artificial intelligence is on different planets. I think it's both. I cannot choose a side on that. I think it's going to have some great things for us to advance medicine, whatever, stuff like that.
Right.
But it's going to be, if they control us now, just imagine how bad it's going to get.
I know that it's having a major effect on the employment statistics, that a lot of people are losing their jobs. For example, in our industry, let's say you're a client and you say, Rob, I'd like to have a 60-second commercial. This is what I want. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. What kind of music do you like? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I just feed it into a computer, and what would have taken a copywriter, an editor, a producer 5, 6, 7 hours to do, I get a finished product in 2.5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's scary.
It is. And the people behind it are always saying that it's not that big of a problem, right? They're always going to replace those jobs elsewhere.
Yeah, right.
I don't think so.
And then I take that 60-second clip I just made, or commercial, and I can have it translated by AI into 26 different languages, 26 different transcripts with 26 different AI-generated voices.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary, and look what's happening in grocery stores and pharmacies. check yourself out.
Yeah.
And what are we doing with the people that used to be at something called cashiers
Yep.
and the banks? It's
Yep.
crazy. I think technology is good. I really do. But I think there has to be a limit on what technology can do and what it can't do, especially when it comes to the people who have worked in many cases so long, so hard as dedicated employees, and they're being let off.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't understand limits. We don't understand how to stop. Everything on this planet, everything we do is a Ponzi scheme. It's always built off of growth. Everything, banking, insurance,
Yeah.
jobs, artificial intelligence. It's all built off of something new coming in. So we have to grow or it dies. It's
Tell,
terrifying.
tell me about your book, The Truth Has No Sides.
It was just the last decade with my teacher, learning about the Akashic records, seeing people levitate, listening to so many near-death experiences, listening to people who see things, different dimensions, listening to all the incredible technology we have that they're not telling us about, listening to Dr. Stephen Greer, listening to
Oh, yeah.
channels. I mean, listening to the channels, asking so many people for so many questions, understanding consciousness, how connected it are, piecing together, little things that are said in movies like The Arrivals, when she's sitting there talking to him saying, you're a million light years away. How did you get here? And all they said is, as soon as you let go of your construct of time and space, you can go anywhere you want. So there's all these little things that I've always pieced together. And the book is just 10 years of all the modalities I've practiced, the meditations, the understanding what awakening and enlightenment is, and realizing that enlightenment is not the end. I don't think there is an end.
I think the enlightenment is the beginning.
Yeah. And that beginning turns into an infinite universe. And if your mind is used to boxes and constructs and answers and finite abilities, it can mess with you.
I understand that, and I agree with you 100%. But then I start to wonder, well, who is doing the programming on us in order to suppress us from actually evolving to where we should be?
That's a whole nother show. I mean, you listen to some of these whistleblowers. I mean, we're being suppressed everywhere by little simple marketing. So our parents that don't know better. The people who talk about other species, aliens, all that type of stuff. I mean, you start listening to all these guys and they're so confident in what they're saying and they've seen it firsthand. It almost makes you want to just throw your hands up and say, I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
I literally don't know what to do.
Exactly. What is your take on the ET question? Are they here? Have they been here?
Oh my God. I think it's insanity that any physicist, any intelligent scientist, anyone, whatever, gets on 60 Minutes and says maybe. Like, I don't know if they're doing disinformation or they're just that ignorant. I mean, I don't even know where to go with that. I mean, they're absolutely here. They've been here. Where did we come from?
Yeah.
Where did we get all that technology? I mean, you listen to that German guy. I don't remember what his name is. Tactic. I think his name's Michael Tactic. Who he's seen face to face. How many times people have seen him face to face? Again, Dr. Stephen Greer. All these people. I mean, it's not even. I don't think it's a question of yes or no. They're here. They've been here.
But I believe that we have to take, let's say, 100 people that are coming up with a story that they've had contact, or they've been abducted, or they've seen it before. I think we have to take a percentage of that and say, is it wishful thinking, or did they actually have that encounter?
Oh, no. And that keeps a lot of people ignorant to it, right? Out of 100 psychics, 99 of them are full of it. But one of them is going to know everything about you. Don't let those 99 be lumped in with that one, or that one be lumped in with that 99. Yeah. Again, at the beginning of this, I've never been to the Himalayas, but I'm pretty sure they're there because I've heard enough people talk about them. And I know that's a very simple explanation, but these people talk about it so credibly. I mean, my teacher talks about it. I've seen things myself. Again, it's not paranormal to me. It's just normal. You start to listen, understand consciousness, dimensions, infinite space, how many different planets there are, You listen to channels talk about them. I mean, there's just no question. No question.
When do you think, if ever, the governments of the world will finally admit that, yes, they are here? And in your opinion, what are they afraid of? Why won't they say, yes, Majestic 12 was real? We do have a plan in place with the ETs. What have they got to lose? I hear the thing, well, people are going to riot, the fall of religion. I don't buy that. I really don't. I think society is smart enough that they'll say, oh, well, we've known this. Why have you suppressed it?
I really think if we're chaotic now, I think it would get 10 times worse.
Oh, really?
I don't think it'd be a fall of religion. I think a lot of people would fall back into religion, become even more polarized. I mean, Dr. Greer and a few others have talked about, when they talk to very high level officials who know this, they do have a plan. And that plan is to slowly do what they're doing. That guy from Germany, I really wish I knew his name so people listening could listen to his videos. He's a very cool guy, very nonchalant, but he talks about the reason he's disclosing information, Dr. Greer's disclosing, they're having the congressional hearings, is that's part of it. You listen to people like the guy who created the car that ran off of water, and you listen to all these people that died after their inventions were known, right? Then you listen to all these whistleblowers, and they're still alive. So I think this is part of the plan to slowly let more and more people ease out. Movies, sci-fi movies. How many alien movies have come out in the last 20 years? I mean,
my Lord.
astronomical.
Yeah.
So it's getting into the subconscious. It's getting into just these subtle little things. People watch it, they're like, oh, that's cute. It's a movie. It's not a movie.
Charlie,
they're getting you ready.
Charlie, stand by, my friend. You and I have to take our break at the bottom of the hour. And Exo Nation, Charlie Johnson is our guest this hour. He's in Salt Lake City, Utah. And if you'd like to find out more about Charlie, visit his website, www.clearyourlake.com. And Charlie and I return on the other side of this break as we continue here in the X Zone with yours truly, Rob McConnell, my special guest, Charlie Johnson, on the X Zone Broadcast Network, Talkstar Radio Network, Mutual Broadcast Network, and your hometown radio, Classic 1220 CFAJ in St. Catharines, Ontario, streaming classic1220.ca.
One emergency.
This is Elijah.
What?
Elijah, you know Elijah?
No, I don't.
Well, they know me down at the police station. Why does that keep beeping like that?
It's on a recording.
Oh, hey, a recording. That's great. You're not being recorded?
Yes, sir.
Hey, that's great. I want everybody to hear about me. Pretty soon I'll be world famous.
That's the truth.
I'm going to Jerusalem pretty soon. God's going to take me his way, a spaceship. UFOs, you better believe it. They're everywhere. Everybody has seen. Millions of people have seen them all around the world.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, that's right. And God bless the police officers and the scientists and the ordinary people that talk about these UFOs, so they do exist, and I know all about them. I'm a ufologist. I'm the #1 scientist on this planet. I'm an authority on them. I'm a scientist.
Okay.
You heard of Albert Einstein?
No, but I'm going to have to go. I got other
Well, I can
emergency
explain it to
calls.
you. His formula of relativity.
Well, I don't have time to hear Einstein's
I'm
theory of
very
relativity.
but it's very simple. E does equal MC squared.
That's right.
Okay, Emmanuel equals the Messiah coming the second time. It's elementary, my dear Watson. Einstein was a Jew, and I'm a Jew, and very few people in the world understood him. That's right. I'm an engineer, I'm an electrician, a plumber, everything. I can do anything.
Well, that's wonderful.
And I'm the world's greatest entertainer.
Well,
I'm worth about $50 million a year.
Elijah, I got to go now.
Okay. God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, I just got back from Roswell, where the aliens have been. And if you ask the feds the cause, well, they'll only lie again. Now I'm hunted by the gumshoes, and I'm wanted by the cops, 'cause they think that I might be the guy making circles in the crops. And I know that there's a conspiracy from the voices in my head. Elvis lives, that's clear to me. It's McCartney who is dead. And if the Mars man should come again and take me, I will go. I will take a trip on their rocket ship. God bless the UFO. Give JFK this message. It's the Cuban Army's fault. And I know that Dave Koresh is alive inside a vault. We've seen reports in papers of a guy who knows about a car that runs on chewing gum, but the Arabs rubbed him out. And we loudly warn that America is badly unprepared. With the Cold War through, we need something new that can get you good and scared. Do you wonder just who is warning you of conspiracies today? We're the ones who fill the rumor mill. We are the CIA.
Charlie Johnson is my special guest this hour, Exo Nation. His website is clearyourlake.com. A lot of misinformation out there these days, Charlie. How do we censor it? How do we screen it so that we have some idea of what reality is and what the truth is?
I have no clue. I really don't. I mean, they do such an incredible job of putting out so much of that information, even from very credible sources. You know, you listen to, again, Dr. Greer.
Yeah.
And he talks about stuff that are out there, that are out there that are very intelligent, very educated, part of the government, but they're out there slowly putting out just slightly different information just to confuse people enough. Because if it's like that song, right? That song's pretty funny, but that song heard by people who are very skeptical will say, "See, told you, it's bullcrap." There's so much information out there they're getting good. It's not a very extreme polarization now. It's a very subtle shift in the truth, and people start getting really confused, and then they just kind of let go of it.
Prior to the first presidential debate, no, it wasn't that. It was when the first attempt on former President Trump's life was taken. Mm-hmm. My wife and I were watching a TV commercial, and my wife has a little bit of a hearing problem, so she reads the captions. So I'm listening to the commercial, and all of a sudden something catches my eyes, and the closed captioning was saying, "Vote for Trump. The war is getting near." No, vote for Biden. The war is getting near. Don't forget Biden. And this is in the closed caption. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying, well, what the hell? Yeah. What's this world coming to? You know, they used to talk about subliminal information years ago in the theaters. Well, now you've got it right in front of you on your desk and your phone, everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah, and they don't even need to hide it anymore.
That's right. I had a guest on many years ago. His name was Pastor Harry Walther, and we were talking about the end times. And he said, you know, Rob, everybody believes that the mark of the beast is 666. I said, well, yeah. He said, they're all wrong, Rob. The mark of the beast is WWW.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
When you look at the world, how do you kind of judge the way it's going? Like, we talked about the disinformation. We talked about the influx and all the information that is being pounded into us, whether we want it or not. With all this happening, and now the AI coming on, does this world really need humans?
No. I think one of the greatest teachers said he feels very good knowing that if we are wiped off this planet, we'll be just fine. We'll be just fine. This planet does not need. We're not the only ones.
Right.
We're not the only ones. If you hear of other species blowing up their planets, you hear of other planets being blown up by whatever. I mean, if you listen to some of those channels, they talk about tens of thousands of humanoid type of civilizations just in the Milky Way galaxy. So no, we'll just incarnate somewhere else and figure it out.
Have you
Just
ever
keep
heard of
evolving.
Have you ever heard of a NASA physicist by the name of Dr. John Brandenburg?
Vaguely.
John's a regular with us, and the last time he was on, he was telling us about evidence and proof that he has found based on some of the information returned from one of the Mars rovers and the test it was taking from the atmosphere, that there is no doubt that thousands of years ago there was a thermonuclear war on Mars that wiped the planet clean. And I'm trying to figure out, well, if that's the truth, why in the name of heavens do we want to go back to Mars?
Yeah, so there's the question.
Yeah.
Not what he was talking about, but that question. Why? It's not that we want to go back. If you listen to some of those whistleblowers, we're there. There's bases there now. There's people there now. Why are we going back? Why is Elon doing everything he can to get back there? Those are the questions that we don't know. We don't know for a fact of what he's trying to figure out. But I don't think it has anything to do with us not being there. I'm pretty sure everyone's there already.
What's your opinion on the lunar conspiracy that America never went to the moon?
Again, you listen to both sides. You listen to the people talking about how the moon was dragged into this solar system from a different entity. There's bases up there. I mean, my God, there's so many theories up there. But you start piecing together what more and more of these whistleblowers, more of these intelligent people, more of these people who have spent time there. You start piecing it together, and I think we've been there. And I think we did see something, and I think that's why we didn't go back.
And yet they're planning to go back now. And China's been there, and I believe India's been there as well.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure there's going to be a fight over the real estate up there once they all get up there, and they, you know, I don't understand why they spend so much money on trying to go there or getting there, instead of using that money to solve the problems that are here on this planet. Feed the hungry. Take care of the sick. My God, look at the homeless situation.
I don't know. That's a question that was asked way back in my Pay It Forward days. It's a question that's asked by so many people. I think there's just bigger things going on a lot. You know, it's not just this planet. I think there's a lot going on with a lot of different species. I think a lot of different entities, a lot of different planets, a lot of different galaxies. And we only have the capacity with our finite minds to think about this world. And I think they've got their eyes on much bigger things. And not saying those bigger things are better, but those questions have never been answered. I've heard people ask that. I've always asked that. I've asked my teacher, and I just think there's a lot more going on than we could ever fathom. And it's not good.
You know, apparently, according to the medical community, according to the science, we only use about 10% of our brain. And I asked a neurologist, why can't we unlock it so that we use more of it? And I couldn't get an answer. I just can't get an answer.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Oh, well, I mean, most neurologists still believe the brain creates consciousness. So I don't know how many. I mean, they're intelligent human beings, and if I ever need brain surgery or anything like that, I hope I get a good one. But yeah, there's a lot of very intelligent people that don't have answers because they're very constructed to their thoughts, their beliefs. If they open their mind, it'd be amazing what they could do.
I would love to, just for a second or two, have the ability to expand my mind to the point where I even have up to 20%. Can you just imagine that? Holy cow.
Yeah, it's like that movie Lucy.
Oh, yes, that was a great movie. That one I do remember.
Yeah.
So where do you think we go from here? Are we going to evolve or are we going to devolve?
From what I've heard from enough of these people, we don't really devolve. We'll evolve, and we'll just move on to a different planet, or this planet will evolve, or free will, or I mean, I don't know. You know, the more I really thought this path would give me answers, and it's just confused me. It's just expanded my mind so much. You used to have just this little sliver of information, and you were really good at it. Now that sliver is the size of the Grand Canyon. It's so difficult to know for sure.
And it seems you You ask one question, you get one answer, and that answer brings 10 more questions.
Yeah, it
It's
does.
like, holy cow, when does it ever stop? Do you have any new books in the offing, Charlie?
Just the book, that Truth Has No Sides book that was just published a couple weeks ago, September 28th. So that's my first book.
How's it doing?
I still haven't got everything going yet. I still need the audio book, but it is on Amazon, so you can get it in Kindle and paperback. I haven't promoted it yet. The audio book should go live hopefully in the next couple of days, and that's when I'm going to start pushing it.
Oh, that's great. I'll have to get myself a copy of it. Sounds like it's going to ask more questions than give answers, though.
Yeah. It's there's a lot of questions, there's a lot of answers in there, but like you said, it's going to expand and it's going to create a lot more questions.
Charlie, stand by, my friend. You and I have to take our final break for this segment as well, the final break for this show. Exonation Charlie Johnson is our guest. His website is clearyourlake.com. And we'll both be back as the X Zone continues right here from our broadcast center and studios in St. Catharines, Ontario. If you'd like to send me an email, I love getting your email, xzone@xzoneradiotv.com. And Charlie and I will be back. Whatever you do, don't go away unless you're abducted by aliens, the CIA, and we'll talk more. Welcome back, everyone. Charlie Johnson is our guest, www.clearyourlake.com, and Charlie is in Salt Lake City, Utah. First of all, Charlie, thanks a million for coming on. Really great talking to you, and I wish you much success with your book.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Is there a connection, Charlie, between enlightenment, consciousness, and the paranormal?
Yeah, I mean, how can there not be? Everything is consciousness. Everything is involved in that that plane. Paranormal, normal, in between, right, wrong, good, bad.
Yeah.
All of it.
Like you and I see it the same way. And there are millions who see it the same way as we do. And yet the majority of people, apparently to statistics and to these different polls they take, they still don't get it. What do you think it'll take before the light comes on everybody's head and say, oh, now I get it?
Well, one of the things I talk about a lot in the book is levels of consciousness. And I think levels of consciousness desperately needs to be added into every conversation. The vast majority of this planet has a very low consciousness, and that doesn't mean intelligence. You can be a 160 IQ and have very low consciousness. What that means is you're driving down the freeway of consciousness and your windshield is caked with Crisco. And the thicker that Crisco is, the more you have to guess. That's why Republican and Democrat, Catholic, atheist, everyone's guessing. So to have the light come on for 8 billion people is not going to happen. A lot of people on this planet are in elementary. And again, we don't get mad at an 8-year-old for being in 2nd grade, and a 16-year-old being in 10th grade is not better than the 8-year-old. It's just a different state of where their soul is. And until we start talking about that and bringing that to the forefront, we're going to have people take that very defensively. And we're going to think that this mass awakening includes all 8 billion people, and it doesn't. There's no possible way. They don't have a nervous system for it. They don't have the consciousness for it. They don't have the clarity for it. To have that light bulb come on, it'll come on at some point, maybe on a different planet, maybe a million years from now, maybe a different life from now. But in this existence, in this way we look at linear time, in this human existence, in the way we are and our minds are constructed, there's always just going to be a slight few. And awakening on this planet could mean they go from 5th grade to 7th grade. It doesn't mean they go from 5th grade to enlightenment. So a lot of people are awakening. A lot of people are starting to have different views, different beliefs, like a 5th grader would.
Mm-hmm.
5th grade, they still believe in Santa Claus. Maybe in 8th grade, they finally realize Santa Claus isn't real.
Wait a sec. Hold on here. There's no Santa Claus?
Well, I don't know. We could talk about that on another episode.
Oh, my heavens.
Yeah. Just a good analogy, though, right? I mean,
it certainly is.
There's a lot of people in elementary on this planet. And again, not insulting them, not saying they are low intelligence. That's just the way it is. You can't be hell-bent on your belief being right and someone else is being completely wrong.
Doesn't
with
work
high
like
consciousness.
that.
You can't. You just can't.
Speaking about Santa Claus and kids, it always amazed me that we put our kids into school, and for the first maybe 3-4 years in school, they're taught to live in this world of fantasy. Dick and Jane, Spot and Ruff, and all the books by Dr. Seuss. And we teach them not to take candy from strangers. We teach them the difference between what we believe right and wrong is. We teach them about a cow that jumps over a moon. We teach them about a lady who lives in a shoe and has a bunch of kids. And this is what we embed in these children. This is what we program into these poor children. And then one day, we were lying.
Yeah.
Reality, no. The cow, how can a cow jump over the moon? Come on. We can't get astronauts past the Van Allen belt in a capsule. What the hell are we going to do with a cow? So no wonder society is screwed up. And no wonder people don't know what's up, down, right, left. It's those, I believe, who have the ability to say, all right, look, that was fantasy. This is fact. Let's work together. Let's bring people together to solve the problems that we have on this planet. And I really think that if we were all to get to this giant-sized table, Charlie, and go in our pockets and take that little piece of the jigsaw puzzle that we all have and work on the table to create the master and finished part of the jigsaw puzzle, that we would accomplish a lot. But we're not going to do it by being so separated by either politics, religion, or whatever.
No. And the interesting question that has come up to me recently is, what if we're not supposed to? Right? Because we talk about fact and fantasy.
Yeah.
We talk about how many kids have imaginary friends, but then they grow up to be adults and they talk about it wasn't imaginary. They were seen.
Yeah.
Angels. They were seen. So, when I have these conversations with people and we start talking about it, there always becomes a point where we start to seclude ourselves, just like that. Like you have a show about paranormal, but we're starting to talk about fact and fantasy, right?
Yeah.
So it's very interesting. So the more I learn, the more I listen, the more I try to piece things together, the more I've connected the dots, that question's come up. Maybe that's not the case. Maybe we just came here to get our teeth kicked in and to understand the division. Maybe we weren't meant to come together, because if we were meant to come together, then we would just all dissolve back into the absolute.
Exactly. I've been doing this show so long, and one of the reasons I do it is because I'm looking for answers.
Yeah, I bet.
I
bet.
They're just like people ask me if I believe in flying saucers. Well, I've never seen one, and I'm the kind of guy that I need to see proof.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, there's a difference, in my opinion, between somebody telling me about the Himalayas compared to the UFO.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Bigfoot. I want to believe, but I want to see the proof. I want to see the evidence. And this, I think, is part of the problem where you've got people like me who need to see the evidence, and you've got people who will go on hearsay. Well, this person said that they saw this, that, the other thing. Who's right, who's wrong?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Speaking about right and wrong, this is the last question I'm going to ask you for the evening. What do you think is going to happen in November for your U.S. presidential elections?
I have no clue.
Really?
I have heard quite a few people talk about that something's going to happen and the elections aren't even going to happen. Something's going to push them back.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
I've heard another attempt on Trump's life. I mean, I've heard a lot of things. It just seems like such chaos. I don't know. I really don't know.
Mm. There was an article today in one of the Canadian newspapers about the question is being asked now if weather control actually does exist, whether because of the two hurricanes that were so close to each other, as well as the last hurricane spawning tornadoes. And I'm sitting here reading this, and they're asking this question, and I'm saying, well, hasn't anybody heard of Project HARP in Alaska? Hello? Like we talked about this 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
it seems like nobody really pays attention.
No. Nope, they don't. They just don't.
It just boggles my mind, Once again, instead of spending billions of dollars to go to another planet, take care of the people that are here first. Once you solve the problems here, then we can go on to bigger and greater things. Unless the powers to be know something that we don't, and they're spending all these billions of dollars for some reason.
Yeah, I think that sums it up right there. They know something we don't.
Let me see. Oh, the JFK assassination. Mm-hmm. It's an ongoing conspiracy. What's your take on it?
I was listening to Jack Kruse. Have you heard of him? Dr. Jack Kruse?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some interesting things to say about that, and he's going pretty hot and heavy on that the last couple of weeks on some major podcasts about everything with the Bay of Pigs and the mafia and everything. Yeah. So I've heard that enough, and I've heard RFK talk about that, and he did an interview with RFK, and RFK's jaw hit the ground a couple times with things he said. So I'm gonna have to probably go with that. I'm gonna have to lean in that direction.
Okay, and 9/11.
God, man, I don't know. I'm sure they knew a lot more than they're leading on.
Well, especially since the CIA
is terrifying.
Especially since the CIA and was paying for Osama bin Laden's medical work. So away we go. Listen, Charlie, I want to thank you ever so much for joining us tonight. And what are your final thoughts for the Exo Nation? What would you like to share with them?
Well, I don't know if I want to share anything, but I have a question. I heard you talk about being skeptical about UFOs with a show like you have. Are you not a believer in UFOs since you've not seen them?
My background is law enforcement, police work.
Okay.
Investigating.
Okay.
And I will believe when I see. Like, I haven't seen anything that even I've seen nothing. Would I like to believe? You're damn right I would. Does it intrigue me? You bet it does.
Yeah.
Do I believe people out there have seen? Yes. Do I believe that people have been abducted? Yes. Do I believe that the possibility of everything that people talk about of UFOs are real? Yes, I do believe the possibility is there, and the possibility is real. But I haven't seen anything. I want to. Yeah. I keep looking.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah. Hey, Charlie, great having you with us. Do me a favor, come back again and join us again. I'd love to have another conversation with you.
Sounds good to me. Thanks, Rob.
You take care of yourself, and congratulations on your book.
All right. Thanks, man. See you, bud.
Bye-bye, Charlie. Exo Nation, Charlie Johnson has been our guest. www.clearyourlake.com. I love that concept, Clear Your Lake. Well, we'll be back, let's see, Monday, as we do our show on Thanksgiving Day up here in Canada. Wow. Turkey. Squash. Mashed potatoes. All that good food that I'm not supposed to eat. Oh, well. I wonder if they have dietetic gravy. Huh. Who knows? Anyway, until Monday night, my friends, thank you so much for spending your time with us here on the X Zone. I appreciate it, and it's because of you the X Zone Nation has grown and will continue to grow. Because, we search for answers, but here I demand for the truth. So until Monday night, when once again we meet here, always remember to keep your eyes to the sky and your heart to the light. Take care of yourselves, everybody, and have a safe, great Thanksgiving.